sprawls in front of us, and we have to make the best of it that we can. Well, I do my daily bibliomancy. Bibliomancy, picking a book at random, opening it at random, dipping in at random, and finding the first sentence that you see and reflecting on it. Having spent yesterday reflecting on an image of one person reaching out their hand to another so that both can get safely across the river, an image from Toni Morrison's Beloved. Today, my hand fell on Lord Byron, his poetical works. So we're starting the day, it seems, starting the week, it seems, with a bit of poetry. I have no idea how this is going to go. It's been a while since that book's opened, because I flicked through it and opened it and dust flew off. Anyway, I've opened it. Let me see what falls to my eye. Along this hall and up and down, some squatted upon their hams, were occupied at chess. Others in monosyllable talk chatted, and some seemed much in love with their own dress, and divers smote superb pipes decorated with amber mouths of greater price or less, and several strutted, others slept, and some prepared for supper with a glass of rum. Well, there we go. Book Canto 5 from Don Juan by Lord Byron. What a cinematic piece of writing. I mean, it wasn't cinematic when he wrote it, because cinema hadn't been written. But now we would think of that as cinema, wouldn't it? Wouldn't we? That sense of the unknown, the new place that the observer has come into. All human life is here, some sleeping, some talking, some playing chess, some with expensive things, some with poor things. Everybody waiting, this rich tapestry of the unknown life. And two things really come to me there. First of all is, I have been fortunate in my life to have been to many places. And the feeling of both connection and disconnection when I walk into an atmosphere or an environment that feels strange to me. I am of the world and also separate to the world. Don Juan by Lord Byron seems to suggest that. And secondly, Byron, although he had a lot of experience with travel, was also digging deep into his imagination, creating worlds from his imagination, and then finding how to articulate those worlds in ways that other people could taste and smell them. And so it is that now, 200 years later, when did Byron die? Must be sometime middle of the 19th century, what he says here, actually. But at least a century. He died in 1824. Well, there we go. We're at his 200th anniversary next year. Here we are, 300th, 18, 19, 20, no, 200th anniversary. There we are, 200 years later, and still he can evoke the taste of the place that perhaps he experienced, but then reimagined. The power of the book, the power of words as a technology of communication, and the power of the imagination to enable us to see into one another's possibilities. A little bit of poetry to start us for the day. Whatever your week starts with, I hope it's magnificent. Take care.